Yeah, so this next handbook, as you can see, is the design and color handbook. So this is the handbook that's used. Well, I mean, kind of says it right there, but so let's go. This might be like people's favorite handbook because this is where the color guide is located, and I'm telling you, ever since I uploaded that first video, was it my service lighting video, whatever it's called. That was back in 2015, right? People have been, the color guide. I love the color guide. It's been like the number one thing that people have been asking me for. So it's in this handbook. So let's get through this. I'm just gonna show you again, like I've been saying, it's just stuff that's in here. It's the principle. The ultimate recommendation here is to have a handbook that contains design theories and how to work with color and stuff like that. So that's kind of what this handbook is for. So I start off with a song design chart, and the song design chart is pretty much your documentation of all. Okay, that's blurry. Of all of the different songs that you've lit, and we use glow sticks and gobos. So what color are the glow sticks? What color are the gobos? And we document it. And so whenever our church is using one of those, how do you say? Well, let me show you. At least I hope I can show you. Let's, Okay, so for instance, it's actually one of the first services we've ever lit, maybe the actual first. But you see, like there's different letters here that kind of explain what the colors are. So V is for violet, and B is for blue, and magenta and blue. Again, it's another week where you have rose, blue, amber green, violet red. So that's kind of how we plug in the colors here for the songs. So actually, like a good example, Awesome Wonder here. For some reason it doesn't have colors assigned to it, but Awesome Wonder should have red and blue. So that's how we plug it in. So depending on what they're singing each week, we just go through our color design chart and figure out how to take care of the color. And if we can't, like if we don't have lyrics to the song in our database, which is like all the different songs we printed out, if they're not in the database, we got 131 pages of them, then we look it up online, look up the song lyrics online, figure out what those lyrics are saying, the gist of it, and then we plug it in with our color meaning guide. And this is what everyone gets all hype about, this baby. So it's grown quite a bit. It's got biblical references as well now included. And so yeah, if you want this color guide, let me know, because a lot of people have been asking for it. And also there's going to be links in the description showing you a few of the places that I've gone to kind of assemble this giant color meaning guide here. So you can kind of get an idea of what each color means. Some of the more basic colors inside of standard LED fixtures, quad fixtures specifically, your primaries and secondary colors of light, and a few other colors as well. And then the lighting design terminology. So there's different terms for lighting design itself that designers would use to try to, explain what they're doing. And short short phrases. So not gonna really hang around here that long. Things that you'll need: supply list, shopping list, whatever. I mean, this is we're gonna move on. Okay, hues used in color guide. So the color guide that we have, combined with the different hues that are available, and I'll show you that list very soon. But I've categorized all the colors that we have as standard colors inside of the appropriate hues. So if someone says, I want a yellow-green color, we have a couple of colors that we can look at standard. Obviously, there's more colors than this in the whole scheme of colors, but you know. Color names. Now, this is a nice list, and it took me a while to do this, but a lot of colors have multiple names. So as you can see, cyan and aqua, when it comes to RGB, they are the same thing. And of course, a couple of other colors there. This one's a big one, magenta and fuchsia. So a lot of people say there's a difference. And now for RYB color wheels, I guess they are different colors, different coordinates. But RGB, the hex code and all of that, the same color. So if you want a list of this, the color names, this is quite a bit. My favorite one is this one. Yeah, these two are the same color. Same color. When it comes to RGB, and a lot of what happens with like this whole handbook and dealing with colors, people look at the pigment, you know, the RYB, the red, yellow, blue color scale, the color wheel. That's what you learn in elementary school. People don't learn the RGB until they start learning about chemistry. And so we kind of grow up with like red and yellow. What color does that make? Orange. Oh yeah, okay, I got that. You know, red and blue make purple. You know, and so it's well, red and blue and yellow make green. So you know, it's a lot of turning around and understanding that the colors of light and dealing with RGB, it will behave differently than RYB. It just will. That's just how it goes. So it can be hard for some people, and some people kind of just flip back and forth between the two color wheels. I don't do that. When I'm in my lighting world, it's strictly RGB. It's like when I tell people, like, well, what does red and blue make? Purple? Like, no. No, you're wrong. No. It's magenta. It's magenta. Now. Okay, so yeah, if you want this list of all the different colors and, you know, the I guess, colors that have more than one name to them, go ahead and let me know. Yes, so this is the big giant list of colors. Right now they're sorted by name, but they can be sorted by different, they can be sorted differently than by name exclusively, but, so this is where I get all my colors from, for the most part, and hex codes, things like that. Colorhexa.com. That's where I got this from. I'll link this in the description, but that's where I got this list from. This seems like the most extensive list out of all color lists out there. Seems like it has the most colors. Seems like the most accurate of certain things. So I use this as my go-to. I use this as my go-to. So, you know, gives you the hex code, gives you the RGB coordinates, hue, saturation, lightness. So it's pretty informative. And then when you click on the actual color, it gives you even more information about it. So it's really nice. I really like it. But that's where I got all my color names from and things like that. So that's pretty cool. And then a couple of things in this pile, including color symbolism and color meaning in the Bible. So I'll link this as well in the description. This is Riding the Beast. Handbook.com, I believe that's what's called. So yeah, these are all the different colors that, you know, from a biblical standpoint, what do they mean, symbolisms and things like that. So I added that into the color meaning guide as well. So it's very nicely enhanced. And then this is the Hues. Now I forget the name of the website here, but of course, like I said, I'll link this in the description for you. But these are the Hues. It's actually a color list as well, but it's not as many colors as the other list. But it does categorize them by the hues, and the other website does not do this. So I got orange and brown colors, orange and yellow. So, you know, like I said, it's all in the description. Go ahead and check that out. But that's what consists of, for the most part, that's what's inside of this handbook. Talked about the lyrics already. I think that's it. Yeah, so, it's the last. It's a thick handbook, okay? Alright. Now the ALF lighting, focus please. Designer log. So this is the paper that I use to keep track of what I've done. You know, what was the design, what went right, what went wrong, what can be improved. So I log those different test runs and things like that. That way I know what works, but like months later, I'm one of those guys, I recycle thoughts. So months later, I may run into a thought and I'll be like, why didn't I try that before? And then I go back to a log and say, oh, right, we needed to buy that, or it didn't go with the camera shot or something, you know. So I like documenting what I've done, documenting my thoughts, things like that. So we're done with this handbook. Like I said, if you want a copy of the color meaning guide or the color names, let me know. A lot of the stuff is in the description in terms of linkage. And you can kind of get an idea that, you know, it takes a lot to find a certain color, and there's a lot of different ways to organize your colors. And so, you know, I figure best way of handling all that is kind of just, I don't know, put it all in one big giant list and be done with it. So yeah, let me know if you got any questions about any of this stuff. If you want any of this, you know, if you want that, I don't see why you use what I have here. But whatever, anything in here is up for grabs. So thanks for watching. Oh, and so I have a website, DanteWrites.com. It's in the description. Go ahead and check that website out. Included in there is a lot of lighting projects, writing projects, as well as a book that I wrote about lighting, about light itself and how it relates to God and the spiritual side of things. And so I think it's a really good book. You should totally check it out before I stumble on my words. And then, you know, just let me know what you think about it. Leave a review about it, you know, somewhere, wherever you bought it from, whatever it is. I'd really like to know what you guys think about it. So, thanks for watching. I think that's all I got to say here. I'm doing very well with my goal of 10 to 15 minute videos. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. That digital resource one had to go pretty long because there was a lot in there. But yeah, man, I'm doing good. So keep shining.